Have you ever caught yourself editing what you're about to say, softening it while second guessing the tone you're going to use before the words even leave your mouth? Maybe you've thought, I don't want to sound too emotional, I don't want to come across as aggressive, and I don't want to step on toes. So you stay quiet, you don't say anything, or you say a watered down version of what you really mean instead of saying what you wanted from the get-go. But I want you to know the truth. Your voice isn't too much, even if you believe or were told that it is. It's just been muted by expectation. And every time you choose silence over truth, every time you edit yourself into acceptability, because that's what it is, the world loses a little more of your brilliance in everything that makes you you. If that hits home, I see you. In this episode, it's for you. Hey, I'm Lani, nurse turned leadership psychology doctoral student, and this is the Becoming Her series, Leadership Foundations for Women Rising. This is the final episode of the series, and I'm so excited about it. We're closing on something powerful, something that ties everything else together, your voice. Because after everything we've unpacked, imposter syndrome, claiming your leadership, the invisible load, navigating bias, it all comes down to this. How you speak your truth with confidence, clarity, and care. I know I say that a lot on this channel, but that's the whole point, right? Let's start here. Your leadership voice isn't about sounding like anyone else. It's not about mimicking the assertive executive or the polished keynote speaker. It's about you. Your leadership voice is the intersection of what you believe, how you express it, and the impact you want it to have on others. Most women don't lose their voice. They trade it for acceptance, for belonging, for safety. And honestly, that all makes sense to me. You've probably done it without even realizing it. Staying quiet to keep the peace, agreeing when you didn't actually agree, and choosing diplomacy over honesty. And listen, I've been there before. And sometimes that's strategic. But sometimes when it becomes your default, when you're constantly editing yourself just to make others comfortable, that's not strategy. You're shrinking yourself. It's self-erasure, and you weren't meant to lead from that place. You were meant to lead from presence, from your true self, because your voice is your instrument of influence. It's not about you being loud. It's about alignment. It's not about perfection. It's about your purpose. It's leading with your whole self. Now, before we get into the tools, let's just take a moment to reflect on where we've been in this series, because your voice is what brings it all to life. Now, episode 1 was imposter syndrome. You learned that self-doubt isn't weakness. It's a sign you're stretching into something new. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You just need to show up anyway and take one day at a time. Episode 2, you're already a leader. We named the leadership you're already doing, the invisible work, the quiet influence, and gave you permission to claim it. I hope you're claiming it. In episode 3, the invisible load, that was kind of like my own name. We got honest about the mental and emotional weight you've been carrying and how leading yourself with intention is the foundation for leading others well. It all starts with you. Episode 4 was confidence and bias. We unpacked how your confidence gets mistranslated, especially if you're a woman of color, and how to stand firm in your truth, even when bias tries to label you. And now we're on episode 5. I'm gonna use my jazz hands. Your leadership voice. And this is where everything converges, because how you communicate determines whether people hear your leadership or miss it entirely. So we want to make sure this is seamless. Your voice is how you set boundaries, how you inspire action, how you advocate for yourself and others, how you create change. And the beautiful part, you don't need to be perfect. Let me say that again. No perfection needed. You just need to be practice. I do it every day. I try to practice every day. So let's break down 3 ways to reclaim and strengthen your voice. Now, the first tip I'm going to give you is tune in before you speak. Before every important conversation, before the meeting, the presentation, the difficult feedback, pause and ask yourself, what do I really need to say? And what's my intention behind saying it? That 10-second pause, it activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for clarity and emotional regulation. You're not silencing your emotion. You're centering your purpose. You're really focusing and gearing up. What do I need to say? Because when you speak from intention, your words land differently. They're not reactive, they're responsive. They're not defensive, they're direct. And that's the difference between speaking to fill space and speaking to create impact. Now, I want you to try this. Before your next conversation, write down your intention in one sentence. For example, I'm speaking up to clarify expectations, or I'm setting a boundary to protect my capacity. Let that be your anchor. Just start there. Tip number 3, the 3 C's of confident communication. Here's a framework that will change how you show up. Clarity, calm, conviction. Clarity, be direct, not defensive. Say what you mean without over-explaining or apologizing. Second C, calm. Regulate your nervous system before you speak. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Your body sets the tone for your voice. And 3, conviction. Anchor in your why. Remind yourself why this matters, not just to you, but to the outcome. What do you want to give off? What's your message? And here's the shift. Instead of saying, I just feel like I'm not being heard, try, I want to make sure we're aligned on priorities. It's the same message, different energy. So that's emotional intelligence and authority in action. Even if you don't feel like it, you're leading with presence. Tool 3 is speak from the inside out. So what does that mean? Because this is the core of it all. When you speak to be accepted, you perform. When you speak from alignment, you lead. You're your authentic self. There's no need to wear a mask. So before you say anything important, ask yourself, is what I'm about to say true to who I am? Does it align? Does this reflect the leader I'm becoming? Because here's what I know. Confidence without authenticity, it feels hollow, it feels forced and fake. And authenticity without boundaries feels unsafe. Your power lives in the balance. You don't have to choose between being liked and being respected. You don't have to shrink to belong. You just have to speak from a place where your values, your voice, and your vision align. And when you do that, what do you think happens? People feel it, right? People are like, I want to be around that person. I trust them. They may not always agree. I know that. They may not always be comfortable, but they'll respect you. And more importantly, you'll respect yourself. You don't have to question where it is you're showing up or how you're showing up. So I want you to take a deep breath with me and think about one space where you've been quiet. Think about it, please. Not because you didn't know what to say, but because you weren't sure how it would be received. What would it look like to speak there today as the version of who you've become? Or while you're watching this series, I don't want to give myself too much credit, as the woman who knows imposter syndrome is just growth, or who's claimed her leadership, who's set down the invisible load, who's navigated bias without constricting herself. What would it look like to speak as her? Think about the person you want to become, because she's not far away. She's right here. She's within you. She's been here the whole time, okay? She's you, and I want you to see that. And I hope you have. If this series has resonated with you, I want to hear from you. Honestly, I'm trying to improve. What episodes spoke to you most? What insights hit home, or maybe what you didn't agree with? What do you want more of? I welcome feedback as long as it's coming from a good place. This channel isn't just my voice, it's ours. Like I said, I'm trying to build a community of women. And tell me what topics you'd love to explore next. Confidence, communication, emotional intelligence, navigating power dynamics, leading through transition, whatever resonates. Your feedback will shape where we go from here. And before you go, hit subscribe, because Becoming Her isn't just a series, it's a conversation we're building together. Just the beginning. And if you want a practical tool to support your leadership voice, especially in those high stakes conversations, download your free CARE framework, a quick guide for clear, confident workplace conversations. The link is in the description. And share this series with another woman who's rising. It could be a mom, a sister, a friend, the one who doubts herself too much, the one carrying too much, and the one who's been told she's too much. Because the more of us who step into our full voice authentically, unapologetically, and powerfully, that's what we want, powerfully, the more we change what leadership looks like. I'm so grateful you stayed to the end, and I am so grateful that you are here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for growing. Thank you for showing up for yourself, episode after episode. I want you to keep leading, keep reflecting, and keep becoming the woman you want to be. Until next time, I'll see you in the next chapter of Becoming Her.